The pre-match team talk for the Flakers tonight is very, very simple. Don't be complacent. After recent subscriber matches, we've seen teams really lose their marble against the bottom place sides, and today, much more of the same is in the offering. It's the second from the top Flakers taking on the second from the bottom Saracens. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the GRC, or the subscriber series, the series where you guys take on the world's elite. Today it is the Flakers versus the Saracens, and we have a bottom feeder team back in action like we worked out a couple of rounds ago when the Toulouse side took out the then undefeated Pacific Toa. There is much that the Flakers can take from that match here into tonight's game. Saracens will be the home side, and they're on an abysmal run this season. They sit 12th on the table with a 0-win, 4-loss record, exactly the same as Toulouse were heading into that Toa matchup. Their most recent results, they've taken on two pretty decent sides. The Hugwadas beat them by 8 points, 25-17, back in round 4, and then it was the Glasgow Warriors back round 5, taking them out 35 points to 15. We know the team is top-notch, albeit with all the dramas surrounding them this season, but still the team that was up there with the best is one of the best club teams going around the world. Their 15 for today's matchup will be as follows. Juan Figalo, Jamie George and Vincent Koch will be the front row combination, with Will Scouten and George Cruz lining up in the locking partnership. Jackson Ray, Michael Rhodes and Billy Vunipula will complete the forward pack. Ben Spencer will partner Owen Farrell at 9 and 10, with Brad Barrett and Elliot Daly in the midfield together. Sean Maitland will line up in the number 11 jumper with Alex Lewington at 14 and Alex Good at fullback for the Saracens. Can they be the second team without a win to upset the apple cart against the subscriber side? We find out tonight in round 6. The team that has been professional so far, doing what they've got to get done, is the Corn Flakers. They sit second on the table, a 4-win, 1-loss record so far, and they kind of have stuck under the radar with the high-flying exploits of the Toa so far. This is a team that always performs to a top level throughout the regular season, and of course as season 1 champions, they're a team you know will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. Most recent results have both been victories over very good teams as well. The Crusaders went down to the Flakers in round 4, 26-17, and then most recently in round 5, 28-14, the scoreline against Clermont. This team is certainly going to be one to watch over this season. Their starting lineup will be as follows. Rubber Pila will be on the loose head side of the front row, with Peter Matthews and Zaza Kukulska moving across to the tight head side. Tommy Ganser and Chris Smith will be in the locking combination, with Francois Valentine, Roy Filkins and Callum Wilson the back row. Into the back line, it's that man, Bernard Ankahan, who will start at scrum half, of Tina Mahunde outside him at fly half. Desmond Uni will start inside centre for Valentine, captaining again from 13, with Prince Miles Williamson on the left wing, Lou Corello on the right, and Rodrigo Martins will be at 15 for the Flakers. They sit second. They're in a bit of a tussle now with the Hugwadas at the top. This is a must-win for the Flakers to really cement them place as one of the top teams in Season 4. It will be the Saracens who will kick off. They're in the red tonight, and the Flakers, of course, in the yellow and purple. Ready to go here. Red versus yellow. It's a great colour combination. It's underway we go. High kick off to left-hand side and played from Valentine and instantly knocked on as well. Over the sideline, Francois Valentine got ball and tackler at the same time and really couldn't control the pill straight off the kickoff. Big tackle there. Plummeting him straight to ground.
Bind.
And the dream start for the Saracens already. Scrum packs down and Ben Spencer will feed. A good hit too from the Saracens. Not one and easy. 30 metres out. Farrell. Big double cutout pass to Daly. Quickly up to Lewington, who's one-on-one with Prince Miles Williamson, who gives him no room to move. Quick pick and go here from Farrell. Slips it back inside nicely.
Release.
Close to the 22 now are the Saracens. Another pick and go. This time is from Rhodes. Gets him slightly closer to this right-hand touchline. Koch goes short and they change back to the short side. But isolated here, chance to turn over. The Saracens very quick on the breakdown. He's fouled again. Big change of direction. Now they go back to the middle, and it's George Cruz this time with a good piece of work. It's Desmond Yurdi. Gets the football for the first time for the Flakers. Very slow to the breakdown here, the Flakers. No one wanting to help out, and they lose the ball very, very quickly there.
Release.
Jamie George has a pick and go with it. Now here's Figalo. The Argentinian loose end, Prop loose the ball as well. Now out wide to Carrillo. Carrillo around the outside of his one defender. Chip and chase over the top. Maitland does get him down. And Pierre Valentine gives chase and straight to contact. There's a good breakdown here from Barrett as they do find room and a forward pass to Skelton. And an intercept as well from Wilson. Almost a little bit action-packed there from the two sides. There was the breakaway from George. He slips it to Skelton. It certainly didn't look forward. But how quickly there did Lou Carrillo turn a defensive situation into a one-on-one play against Sean Maitland, beat him for that acceleration. He carved off for good 50-60 metres with that one little play. Ankahan waits at the base, and Wilson will be the man to take it away, and Ankahan's right there, couldn't get the pass to him. And it's again slow ball, no dedication at the breakdown. Mahunde goes away to Yudi. Yudi quickly out wide to Tommy Ganser. Already got a big try to his name this season as Tommy Ganser. Kukulska slow to the breakdown, picks and goes, shows a no-look pass to no one in particular, and it's nicely picked up from Elliot Daly, and the Saracens get the ball straight back. Flakers really struggling to link up numbers of plays together as Cruz gets a nice little pass away to Skelton, and in the second row they combine nicely. Valentine though, big turnover from him, and a terrible off pass to Carrillo. Wilson once more has to hit it up through the guts. Filkins running hard as the open side flanker. Kukulska stands up and he's bizarrely alerted of the breakdown right in front of him. Mahunde. Well, Mahunde is hammered. Big tackle. Saracens defence really is on top of this game so far. Ankahan picks and goes. But on Ankahan puts a little grubber kicker behind, and the pressure now is on Lewington to get the ball back there. He does nicely. Support play exceptional by the Saracens so far. As Daly eventually is the one to clean up, 20 metres out from his own line. They go deep, quickly back. Oh, that is terrible play. Great chase though from the Flakers. And the knock on coming from Alex Good, standing in his own in goal. But what a chase off that breakdown from the Flakers. Francois Valentine getting a little bit of revenge from that earlier mistake.
Set.
Ankahan will feed another scrum. This one really in a good spot. 5 metres out. Will he let Wilson run? No, he won't let anything go because the Saracens put on a late shove and they'll turn this ball over. Spencer. Oh, huge pass out wide. Quickly to Daly, who thumps this long, waiting at the back now. It's Rodrigo Martins. Oh, terrible, but Mahunde cleans up well, and it's a quick turnover as well. No one in support. Little chip over the top from Saracens. Oh, beats touch. That is a great kick as well. Owen Farrell getting the big nod of approval. That was a majestic little play from Saracens, putting the Flakers under pressure, and then that deft little kick, just finding the spot. Ganser quickly down to Williamson. Prince Mars Williamson beats one. He is electric. Out of the 22 he goes. Support play around the breakdown is terrible for the Flakers. Ankahan, pick and go from Bernard Ankahan, and he'll score the opening try completely against the flow of the game. Bernard Ankahan, gotta love that. That was a real spark, all caused by Prince Mars Williamson, the veteran electric winger. And the quick pick and go from Ankahan, that is just what you want from your experienced campaigners as well. He's got the speed, not the quickest on the paddock, but so many numbers out wide. You see him look up and he looks, could I go wide? No! Oh, hold on! Oh, break the line! And by that point it was too late for Alex Lewington. He was no chance at the races on that occasion. Even coming across to help out Ben Spencer, his opposite number couldn't keep up with the pace of the Flaker scrum half. Well, didn't think we'd be celebrating the opening try by the Flakers after the immense pressure that has been coming on by the Saracens in this match so far. Here is Tino Mahunde right in front. It's great work too from Ankahan to get it that close. Well, right in front actually of the sticks. He just scooted away from that breakdown. Numbers to his left as well. It was beautiful to see little number 9 have a real go at that chance. Here's Alex Good with the kicking duties to get the game underway. Oh, look at Peter Matthews. Wow, heavy resistance there and turned over by the Saracens. Now they're doing the same here. A little run off the base of the rock. Gets them to the 10-metre line. Ball retention here from the Flakers is absolutely woeful tonight. Another pick and go from Farrell. The sun drops it off short and it's a run straight the line from Jackson Ray. Kosh. Again, they keep it short for fighting Farrell out wide. Great little ball to Lovington. He skips his way up to the 22-metre line. Could lose out. Oh, he does. Ankahan is in everything. Now Williamson down the sideline. Oh, Prince Mars puts in a shocker of a chip. Looked for that little kick over the top of Alex Good. Could have been magic. Maybe he should have hung on to it. Out on the 10-metre line. Tammy George will throw. Oh, he's given it straight away. Back to Filkins at the base.
Release.
And Roy Filkins does very well. Ganser. Big pass to Mahunde. Running at the line. Finding Desmond Udy. He's got an inside player. It's over Peeler. Peeler goes up to halfway. Tries to put the power on. Can't quite find his pass to his support players on his right. Here's Smith to Valentine. What a ride. Line there from Francois Valentine. Right on halfway, Filkins started it all, finds Peeler again, and the loose head prop rumbles through for the second time. If he had someone a bit quicker, he could be on something. Here's Corello. Oh, there's so many numbers out here. Desmond Udy, he goes alone, and Udy will score. 2 tries with great succession there from the Flakers. And it was all manipulation, finding the defenders in the short sides, and the Saracens could not keep those numbers up. Great work creating the space, and look at Udy. He played with Lewington. He said, you want to tackle me? I'll pass it. You want to hang off? I'll keep running. It's a 50-50. Lewington had to commit one way or the other, and he ultimately chose the wrong option, as it was not pace but just guile and brains that got Desmond Udy over the line for the second try of the Flakers night. Well, you got to feel sorry for poor old Alex Lewington. He's had 2 real kickers of chances down his wing, and he's really chosen the wrong option twice to hang off the ball carrier and instead go for the support players. On both occasions, the carriers has hung on and gone all the way. 14-0 the score. Flakers looking quite good here, defensively sound enough to keep the Saracens out, and they've scored a couple of their own breakaway tries in the process. 5 minutes till the break as we get the game back underway again. A deep kick this time, all the way down to Corello. Here's Ankahan, trudging straight to contact. Peeler goes to Valentine again. Francois Valentine looking for someone to get the ball to. Well, that's great work at the moment from the Saracens. Right into play as well before they go to ground through Ray.
Release.
Just outside the 22. Cruz with the big ball out wide. Lewington tries to take on Prince Mars Williamson, but he's too hot for him. Here's Rabapina. And he takes on the defender. On their own 22 now. Fired back to Williamson, who's not been in a position to really put in a very calculated kick there. He just hacks it downtown, and now they'll run it back. Lewington gets a nice pass back in field, and again it's Daly who runs at it, but Wilson. Oh, Williamson could have really hung on to that as halftime rings, and we will head to the sheds for the break. He's really come alive tonight as Prince Mars Williamson. Big chance for him as well to get points on the board. And he's led his team from the front quite nicely down the left wing, but it's 2 tries to 0. And it's the explosive work of Desmond Udy and, of course, Bernard Ankahan, who puts them in the lead. They've been dominant, though, the Flakers. All the possession on their side. They've worked away at territory. They've kept that ball in hand for long periods of time. Both sides guilty of plenty of handling errors, and the line breaks are flowing thick and fast already. But it is one-way traffic at the moment on the scoreboard, although you'd say the Saracens must be pretty aggrieved not to pick up a try or two from their hard work so far in the opening 40 minutes. Back to the second we go. It's the Flakers leading 14-0 over Saracens. It's been a game of one team hammering away. That is the Saracens as well, with the Flakers just taking those few chances they've had and managing to put them away through some very clever play as well. Underway we go again. Mahunde kicks deep down and Vincent Kosh starts us off with a vicious run, finding Jamie George as well. And the Flakers will turn this over. Ankerhard to the short side. Corello, support from Peter. Oh, he couldn't find it if he was a bus on the sideline. That is a big try gone wanting there. Now they break through the middle. It is Owen Farrell. Big pass out wide. Into play. Brilliant. As away they go. It's Elliot Daly that'll score the first try for the Saracens, coming in the right-hand corner. What a beautiful piece of play from the Saracens team. Was it Elliot Daly or was it Barrett? It was Brad Barrett. Well, the midfielders combining eventually. Brad Barrett putting the wheels down, had to beat the chase of Peter Matthews. And eventually it was Prince Miles Williamson who forced him into the corner, and Brad Barrett with an exceptional finish on the right-hand wing. That is what we've seen from them all game long so far. And it's that word we said at the start, complacency from the Flakers, forcing the game a little bit too much after a great start to the second half. And it's come quickly unstuck as they concede their first try. Brad Barrett, what a piece of play from him. It started well before that though, didn't it? As here is Owen Farrell, and he does not miss, kicks a goal. Farrell adds the extra 2. It was the offloading game from the intercept from the Saracens, and they went ham from that point. They did not let the ball die. They kept in support, and that just shows that the Saracens team is one certainly not to be underestimated. Mahunde gets us back underway again as Corrado is flying down the touchline. But it is Jamie George, the man to pick the ball up. This time they hang on to it to the Saracens. Here is Skelton.
Release.
Back to his own 22 he goes. His nice little bobble back inside from Ray. He's saying, oh, just about fine. A little bit of space down the short side, but it is eventually knocked on. And the Flakers get the ball back. Here is Valentine. Oh, he's almost up behind. Intercept ball. And this will surely come back. The mistake all the way back from Sean Maitland. It was his first real chance as well. He had the ball down the wing. Just had to beat Valentine.
Crouch.
Couldn't do it.
Bind.
Could we see our third try of the evening for the Flakers? Another bonus point here. That is a great scrum as well. Here's Ankerhan. Oh, a bit desperate there from Banan. Really should do better than that. And it's a good chase too coming in from Daly. All the way back there is Martins. He's hammered. Big chase from Daly. Williamson gets the last shove on and they take their sweet time here, the Flakers. Filkins goes back to Mahunde who says, get out of here. And he kicks us straight down the throats of Alex Good at the back as he's going to run it. Intercepted from Valentine and a forward pass as well. It's getting a bit sticky out there now with everyone. Great intercepts. We see Callum Wilson. He got the forward pass, but it was the intercept earlier that almost changed the whole outlook of this match. It's a tight one. It's a very tight one. We head just over the 15-minute mark and the scrum is twisting all over the place. Spencer. Oh, gives to nicely to Farrell and almost an intercept from Ankerhan. He was chasing that up very close to the line. Now it's a pick and go from Juan Fagalo.
Release.
He goes backwards slightly. George away to his back row. Vincent Jackson Ray. Not Vincent Kosh. Here's a run from Brad Barrett. He can't get away from Williamson. And Tino Mahunde on hand to give support. They keep on the short side. Oh, knock on this time. That was Owen Farrell. Williamson hasn't been taken down. Oh, he runs! Prince Miles Williamson. He is a freak. Looking at options here is Valentine. Smith Into midfield of Desmond Udi, the strong running try scorer. Sets him up again, but we go back for the Farrell knock on. No advantage there for the Flakers. Surprised they called that back so quickly.
Crouch. Bind.
And a scrum will pack down. The last one, of course,
Set.
dominantly won by the Saracens. This one, oh goodness me, big scrum there by the Flakers. Callum Wilson runs, twirls, finds Ankahan. Ankahan beats his man. Support from Kukulska. Can't get away. What's a little play there from the Flakers. In comes Valentine. The wise header Valentine. Ankahan out wide. Desmond Udi's got two. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from the Flakers. Quick ball, quick brains. That's what rugby is all about. You saw here, Ankahan was pushed out of the way from Pierre Valentine, who said, no, you go out. I'll take this first defender. You finish the job, Brennan. It was all experience and it was all rugby smarts from this point. The ball wasn't great, but it was good defence to cover across on Ankahan. And in the end, it was Desmond Udi who managed to finish the job, his second try. But let's put that all down to Pierre Valentine and, of course, Brennan Ankahan. You gotta love the work those two are putting in. Conversion now from Tino Mahunde. 3 tries on the board to just the 1 for Saracens. And that is converted duly by Mahunde. And the scoreline rapidly explodes now to a 14-point lead. 21 points to 7 as a score. Flakers 1 try off the bonus point against the second from bottom Saracens team. Here is good. Going short this time, and Valentine, oh, he's got memories of that kickoff in his brain, but he capably serves that one well. Here is Ankahan again running, and he finds Mahunde. Oh, Mahunde tries to get away, but a good tackle as he looks for Corello out wide, but he's been turned over. Good ball there from the Saracens, and they split it out wide. Farrell quickly out wide, then to Lewington. Nice little offload as well. Getting it back to Barrett. Skins his man, and again it's just past Peter Matthews to score. What a reply! Saracens are back. 21-12, kick to come. And this puts the game ever so tighter. It's Elliot Daly. I've just messed up the midfield combination. Wrong way around for the second time. Daly skins the fullback, and there's nothing Rodrigo Mance could do about that. Brad Barrett, Elliot Daly, name them which way around you like. Both of them are playing fantastic rugby. Lewington did brilliantly. Oh, but left for dust was Martins. And Elliot Daly scores. Of course, I gave Daly the credit for the first try. It was Barrett. I give Barrett the credit for the second try. It was Daly. Long story short, Saracens midfield are doing the job tonight against the Flakers. 21-12, of course, kick to come from Farrell. Similar spot to the Forest, and he makes no mistake about that whatsoever. And now we are just a 7 points difference at 21-14. It has came on, my goodness me. This is a cracker. Just one step away are the Saracens, and we have just under a quarter of an hour still to play. Mahunde goes to the left side this time, and Callum Wilson alongside Ankahan chasing. Pierre Valentine is there. Good tackle, Valentine. Turnover chance, surely. Oh, how has he not got that, Valentine? There we go, short side, little play by the Saracens. Farrell again out to Lewington, back to Farrell. Oh, offloads are beautiful at the moment, and they'll carve up through Vunipola. Left side now they attack, and into midfield it is Barrett. Oh, what a ball away, and it will be another try. This time it's Barrett. No chance of a chase at all by the Flakers. Now, was it Daly? Was it Barrett? I don't even know anymore. It was Barrett. I got it right this time. Brilliant work. There was Daly. Yes, it was. And he offloaded to his inside centre, his midfield partner. And there was no chance for Lou Corallo to put the finishing tackle on that. Great dummy. Oh, you've got to give him the credit. Elliot Daly is playing fantastic rugby, and so, of course, is Brad Barrett. You just cannot criticise those two at all. And the Saracens really are putting on a clinic here in the second half. What a display so far by this team. To tie it all up with 10 to play, Farrell has it from the left and he makes no errors about that. It is a successful kick from Owen Farrell and we are all tied up at 21-21. 10 minutes to play. Who do the Flakers look for? Who is that X factor? Mahunde again mixes it up, goes short. Corello chasing hard, as so is Kukulska. Valentine, where's the combo? Oh, intercepted.
Release.
Jackson Ray. Who else but the big blindside flanker to make the finishing touch? Here's Maitland again. Big chance for Saracens.
Release.
But a good tackle at the back, just made. Corello is going back to cover fullback. Of course, no play for Martins. It's turnover. Peter Matthews does well. Oh, Valentine. Wilson. Mahunde. Someone's going to take it in, and it is Tino Mahunde. Needs a friend or 5 or 6 or 8. He's not got enough. Turnover, Saracens. Now they throw it into midfield. Willington out wide. He's been the offload king, but Williamson has his number this time. Williamson turns over. Offloads to Udi. Oh, high tackle! Penalty! Penalty to the Flakers! 5 minutes to play! Do we have a hero in yellow? Tino Mahunde is the number 10. He is the fly half, and we know the experience of Pierre Valentine. He is not going to take a chance. He is going for the gauntlet right now. The 3 points that could win this game for Tino Mahunde and the Flakers. 50 metres on the angle. Mahunde steps up, strikes it, slow breeze, left hand upright. Mahunde nails the kick. That is beautiful. Tino Mahunde, cool as a cucumber. 24-21. 3 minutes to play. Do not leave your seats. The crowd's sure out and this place is packed. Good, kicks off again. Valentine, Udi, manipulating well. Pierre Valentine, here's Lou Corello, looking back for Pierre. Pierre Valentine, oh, insult to injury. Pierre Valentine to the line. Oh, wow, that is special. The captain, the leader, Lou Corello and Pierre Valentine. Finish in style for the Flakers, and they deny a bonus points for Saracens. Well, magic work from Lou Corello. Absolutely top shelf. Look at the players coming across. Lewington had the pace, but it was the players from the left defensive edge that could not cut off the angle. Absolutely outstanding from the Flakers. Spencer gives chase. Farrell gave chase. But it was only Lewington that really gave them any worry. The veteran of the series, the hero, alongside this man, Tino Mahunde. Now Saracens got a little bit too guilty of going for the glory down the other end. They were looking to turn it over. They were looking to go too aggressive. And they left those defensive lapses in their back line. And there is the conversion. That'll finish it all off. 31 points to 21. It's a 10-point buffer. And there is nothing on the table for Saracens. Full time is rung. The referee blows. We are over. And it is a bonus point thriller for the Flakers. Well, we talked about complacency. We talked about the need and the ability to beat these bottom sides who have really come to the party against the subscriber teams this season. That was another display of what these bottom teams can do. Saracens are no slouches, we know this. And we have fully witnessed here what they can do against our subscriber teams in Season 4. 21-31, remember, with 10 minutes to play, it was 21 all. And it was the work of Elliot Daly and Brad Barrett. My word, they had an absolute storming matchup. 2 tries for Barrett, 3 between the 2 midfield partners. And it was Owen Farrell with 3 conversions himself. But we thought maybe that penalty, the high tackle from Saracens, giving Tino Mahunde the shot at that 3 points. He nailed it. He gave them that 3-point buffer. Saracens threw everything, including the kitchen sink, back at the Flakers, who were too good. And it was that veteran Pierre Valentine, who added to the tries from Banan Ankahan, and of course Desmond Udy, who picked up the double. Monday flawless from the boot, 4 out of 4 conversions and the penalty goal. This was some display from both teams tonight. No one deserves to lose, but it'll be the Flakers who take all 5 back home. Full-time stats, look at that. Wow. Now look at the possession stats at halftime. It was 65% to the Flakers. That has just been turned on its head. Saracens have actually made it 1% to the good there, 51-49. That is a crazy, crazy turnaround. Territory fairly even there as well with that high tackle. Only one in the match, the only real penalty chance. That was the difference. If that didn't happen, who knows how this game would have ended. 64 to 60 tackles, 124 tackles in total. What a game we've had tonight. 31-21 though, it is points to the Flakers, and now we can see the difference that'll make on the table. And of course, results from this round so far. Only the one more match, of course, has been played, which we've just watched. 31-21, Flakers over Saracens. What a game that was. That went on with the Dragons, that big 3-point win over the Guardians last episode, 17-14 there. Next up, Toulouse. Ooh, look out, Toulouse are back. And they're up against another fairly poor performing side this season, the All Flakes. That'll be a really interesting matchup. The All Flakes need a huge win here over Toulouse if they can. Clermont will take on Leinster, and then finally the Crusaders will finish the round against the Pacific Toa. That has created a big change on the table so far. You can see the big difference between 1 and 2 here, and to be fair, 3, is that the extra match by the Flakers so far. The Jaguares have had the bye. The Toa are yet to play this round, so they still have that little bit of a buffer, but only the Jaguares can overtake the Flakers if they do pick up the win in round number 6. The Toa, of course, if they win, they could go to a maximum of 24, but the ball is certainly in the Jaguares' court to keep that top place. They are the only undefeated side, but look at those bonus points by the Flakers. The Toa City of 3 as well. They're on 19, 17 for the Dragons, and the Guardians on 15. Again, game in hand for everyone in the top 5 except the Dragons and the Flakers. Let's have a look at the All Flakes though. Their next in action is really 10th versus 11th. And normally you'd say, who really cares about these games? But the All Flakes, of course, back-to-back defending champions, they have got the potential to blow this game out and to really still be a contender in this competition. They need points. Again, the best they can do will be up to 11, which will still only put them above Clermont. And of course, they've only played 4 games so far this season. So a game in hand times 2 effectively to our league leaders. You give them another 10 points, 2 bonus point wins, they go to 16, and that is right up there with the likes of the Dragons, 1 point adrift inside that top 4. So a lot of water still to go under this GRC bridge before the season is complete. And there you have it. That is the end of today's episode. Round 6 is fully in the swing of things, and we have a huge game. Toulouse at home, Stade de France for our next game up against the All Flakes with a must-win game with a bonus point as well if they're to stand any hope of getting their season back on track. Thank you for tuning in and watching as per always. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'll be back in with our next match very, very soon, so do not go anywhere. Make sure to smash that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want to see all the action coming your way in the GRC. Until then, thanks for watching as always, and take care.